Hi y'all, it's Bonnie. I've got a mess right here because I've been getting wish packages and June packages and I haven't put them away. I just wanted to come on and do a update. Sorry about this. So, I don't even know where to begin. I had my extractions, but I did not have all of my teeth pulled like we had planned. I had most of my bottoms pulled. I still have my eye teeth, my canines, whatever you call them, on the bottom, and over here I have the one next to it, and over here I have two next to it, and I have one back tooth that we kept to latch a partial onto, and one back here. So most of my bottoms were pulled out except for some teeth to anchor to. I need my nose free so I can breathe good. This came in handy, by the way. I bought this at Wish. It is a cloth mask. It is like, you know, when it's flu season and stuff like that, so you don't have to wear the paper mask and you can wash it. And I'm really struggling, y'all. I'm struggling because this happened Thursday, a week ago Thursday, so 7, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 11 days now. And I should be doing good, but I still can't put my temporary partial back in. There was an immediate partial made that went into my mouth, and oh my God, it tore my mouth up. But the swelling was so intense, and my face was all bruised up on this side. I had a really horrible pull over here. I had a tooth that just had to be surgically removed. I was awake through the whole thing. No sedatives, nothing. And I can't use Novocaine. So I have to use another. It's something that doesn't have epinephrine in it. And epinephrine is what makes it last. So, number one, we had a really hard time numbing this side of my jaw. Hitting that sweet spot in the jaw back here so that it would numb it. I've always had trouble getting it numbed up, and it's super tough. The skin back there is tough. In fact, this whole side of my face seems to be tough. The bone is tough. The roots are tough. It was a really hard pull, and it ended up having to be surgically excised, and he had to cut all the way into my jaw and create a flap and saw out, I think there were five pieces. It came out in 5 pieces. The roots were like this and wrapped around the jawbone, so each little root area had to be cut off and pulled out. And there was so much tugging and pulling. He had his thumb right there. Oh, and he was trying to hold my jaw with his thumb, and it was choking me. I kept trying to move his thumb away, but I was trying to get my hands in between his and his assistant's hands so I could press my jaw up because it felt like it was going to break. I was trying to stabilize my jaw because I just knew it was going to snap from the brute force of him trying to get everything out. And I believe he said I'm either one of, or it was the hardest pull he's ever done. So anyway, that was Thursday. By Saturday, I was in agony. I was in tears. I was only taking ibuprofen. He prescribed me hydrocodone. I'm afraid of that stuff because of my panic disorder. So I was taking 800 milligrams of ibuprofen every 6 hours. It helped for a couple of hours, and then I'd be in the hurt house again. So Saturday night, I called my local dentist, and I had seen inside my mouth, and there was this huge hole where there shouldn't have been a hole. I was very, very confused, and it got to the point, y'all, that I was hallucinating. I was in delirium. I was totally delirious. I would tell Dennis he'd ask what I was doing. I told him I was out driving, and I'm not. I'm on the couch. So I sent my dentist a picture of the inside of my mouth, and he just went, "Oh my God." He said, "I don't know what I can do about that," but it had also knocked a filling out, a huge amalgam filling out of the joining tooth, and that's one of the anchor teeth we left. And he doesn't have filling material in the office, this dentist. So he had the lab try to create something to pack it with, but it fell out the next day. So by Saturday, I have exposed root on that tooth, and it's just, and I had dry socket. So, my dentist said there was nothing he could do for me right then other than have me come in and give me an injection to numb it, but because I only used Carbocaine, the numbing was going to wear off in like 10 minutes. So I've never felt so hopeless and in so much pain, and it gets sore as I talk more, so I'm going to try to keep this kind of short, which I'm never good at. So Monday morning rolls around, and I have my sister come early and drive me to Topeka to the dentist that did this, and Topeka is quite a drive for me. And then the dentist came in, and I'm so confused, and he said I had dry socket, and that I needed to get in to find any dentist who would do that filling. And he put me on a different antibiotic. I was on an antibiotic. Put me on clindamycin from amoxicillin, and just told me to take my ibuprofen every 4 hours. Oh gosh, y'all. So that was Saturday. That was Monday morning. So Monday night, I'm like, he did nothing for me. I asked him if he could feel that filling, and he said no, not even with the it wouldn't matter. The temporary would just fall out. I needed to find a dentist. I'm like, you are a dentist. Oh my God, what kind of a dentist doesn't have composites or something to fill a tooth? So, anyway, I did get to my actual dentist Monday afternoon. He got me in. I got home, and I called him, and I'm like, please God help me. I can't do this. So I got in. He immediately numbed me up, and I just started, as soon as I was numb, I started crying, and I'm going to start crying again. And I feel guilty for getting upset because I know that people are going through so much worse, and my heart just breaks because during this time I've been getting stories from people in my emails, about what you're going through, you guys, and I have so much sympathy for you. I have so much sympathy for those of you who are suffering. You have no idea. My heart literally breaks for you because I have only been suffering for 11 days, and it's just my mouth. It's one place in my body. I am so hurting, and I hurt for you guys, and I feel guilty for feeling hurt, for being in pain, or complaining about being in pain, because some of you are going through so much more. I'm so sorry for the pain you guys are going through. I'm so sorry. I wish I could fix it. I really, really do. I'm sorry. I've been like this. So he numbs me up, and I immediately start crying because it's the first relief I've had. And he puts the filling in, thank God. And he packed it with clove oil and gauze. And I didn't know the extent of it because all I could see was a hole because there was stitching that was holding the rest of it together. But in order to fix it, I didn't just have dry socket in the hole. My whole gum, the clot had come out, and down low there was an additional hole, and the clot had come out. So when he packed all that with the clove oil and gauze, which, y'all, clove oil is God, he knows what he's doing when he makes these things close. Who would think that it could just relieve the throbbing so immediately? Hang on, I'm sorry. So, yeah, he filled it, and I got home. Dennis wasn't home. I've been alone through all of this. There were days I didn't have anything to eat because I thought I'd bought enough soft food because I only expected to be in pain for a few days. And Dennis's schedule and my caregiver, my sister, had some personal issues and she wasn't able to come in. So I was trying to cope by myself, and I was running out of medicine, and I needed to go to the pharmacy. And, oh, I forgot this part of the story. Monday morning, I tried to get into my doctor, okay? But this is how crazy everything has been. They're asking me questions, and I'm trying to look at my calendar, and I had just woke up, and I told y'all I talk in my sleep, but this was way worse because I told you I'd been delirious and hallucinating and all kinds of stuff. And I was just telling her I need to come in, but she was asking me, she was a new secretary at my doctor's office, I guess, I don't know. But I was trying to tell her that I needed to be seen, and my doctor's office is not making heads or tails of what I'm saying. So she says, hang on a second. And she calls me back and she says, Bonnie, I'm sending an ambulance to your house. And I said, why are you sending an ambulance? I just need to come in and see the doctor. And, of course, I've told y'all my whole family's in the medical field, and everybody has scanners in their house and stuff, so, of course, it's going to come across her. So my daughter comes bursting through the door before the ambulance ever gets here. I'm crying. I'm like, why? I'm just trying to get some help, and here comes the ambulance is coming. So the fire department comes in, ambulance, paramedics, and my daughter's like, hey, you guys, my mom just was confused. She tried to make a call. She's fine. And they're like, well, we need to talk to her. And he asks me what year it is, who the president is, when I was born. And I'm like, oh my God, get out of here. I'm fine. So the paramedics are like, so you're refusing an evaluation? And I said, yes, I'm refusing an evaluation. And my doctor thought I'd had a stroke. I'm not stroking out. I'm just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because I'm in pain. So get out of here and thank you. So, yeah, I end up so crazy that my doctor's office sends an ambulance to me. But, okay, so my dentist gets everything packed. And I have my grandson because nobody else will look at my face, my mouth. And I asked my grandson to take the pictures for me. Poor kid. He did it. And when I looked at the picture, I freaked out. I just totally freaked out. I had no idea the extent of what had happened to my mouth. No idea on that, just from that one tooth. And I didn't know it was all the same hole. I thought there was a hole where there wasn't supposed to be a hole. I didn't know it was one giant gaping hole that went up to where the tooth used to be. I was just like, oh my God, this is massive. But overall, today I do feel a bit better. I haven't had any ibuprofen. I'm able to talk. Yesterday was tough because it was Father's Day and I cooked and I recorded it, and I'll be posting that probably tomorrow, a recipe that my family loves and they wanted for Father's Day. Everybody came over, so that's what I made, and I showed y'all how to make it, and I'll post that up tomorrow. As for my hauls, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I can't wear my partial. I probably could now at this point, but the partial needs to be adjusted, and the dentist who made the partial doesn't want me to wear it until next week. I have an appointment next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, in Topeka. So, and maybe, because my sister has an appointment that day, and she may have to call off again. Oh, yeah, this is another thing I did. I got so frustrated because I had to go to the pharmacy, and I don't like to drive, and I have been in a weird state, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't care for myself. I had no food in the house that I could eat, and I needed to have food to take my medicine. I had nobody to call for help. This was like last Thursday? Whatever, yeah, Thursday. Today's Monday, so Wednesday or Thursday. I had no food, so I could take my ibuprofen without it upsetting my stomach, and or nothing that I could eat anyway. And driving I don't do anyway, but I was gonna. I was like, screw it, I have to go get my medicine. I'm out. This was my Xanax. I needed my Xanax. I was totally out, and I was freaking out. So, it's ready. I drive to the dentist office, and the whole time I'm driving, I can't even hold my hands. I am just such a wreck. I'm totally emotionally and physically wrecked over a tooth. I know, I feel like such a baby. I leave there, and we have an assisted living place here. I leave there and I go there. And while I'm in there, I'm bawling, and I'm talking to the lady, and she's like, honey, we don't normally take people until they're 65 at least. She says, we can make exceptions. And I'm like, I can't care for myself. I can't get to the store to get my own food. I can't remember things. I was just, temporary insanity doesn't even cover what I've been through. Temporary insanity is, like, I was ready to check myself into a nursing home, y'all. That's how bad I was. And my son calls, and I'm bawling, and he's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the nursing home trying to get checked in. He's like, I'm leaving work, Mom. I'll be there in a minute. And my son walks in, and he is like, we're looking at the units, and I'm saying, this could work. There's 3 meals a day. They'll manage my medicine. That's another thing. I was trying to set my Echo for reminders of all this medication. I was getting it all screwed up because my mind was all jacked up. And, you guys. I mean, over a tooth. Who would think that could happen? But I got sick. You know, I guess it got infected. I don't know. And, went to my brain. I have never been like that in my life. Just so out of it and unable to care for myself. So I gave up. I was ready to give up on everything. Like, just put me in a long-term care facility and nobody will have to ever worry about me again. Poor me. That's where I was. And here's the plan for here now at this point. I'm pissed because I don't have, I can show you my top. There you are. Same teeth I had before. They didn't touch the top. So I'm kind of bummed because I'd hoped to come out of there with a beautiful, dazzling white smile for all I've been through, at least. I didn't get that. But the plan right now is, when this is a little bit healed, more to where I can tolerate it, I'm going to get, so all my top teeth are salvageable. This dentist really believes that they could be saved. My bone, he said, is way strong. The bone loss issue, there was a few spots, but he just took all those teeth out. So he saved me a lot of money in bone grafts that I was going to have to do, and crowns that I was going to have on the bottom to try to save them. And anything that was going to cost me money to save is gone. All of those issues are gone. So instead of spending $6,000 or $7,000 with him on my whole process, I only spent like $2,000. So I had budgeted to spend that much. So the rest of the money, what I'm going to do is save my teeth. I'll be wearing fluoride trays on the top. I'll be doing my periodontal cleanings. I will be brushing twice a day for 2 minutes, using my water pick. Not yet, not until my mouth is a little. I'm flossing and brushing right now, and that's it on the top. I am going to have 4 crowns in the front. Well, first we're going to bleach. After we take care of everything, I'm going to bleach my teeth, whatever color they come to, bleached. We'll then match the 4 front crowns to that, and then we'll bleach my eye teeth as well down here, because those are my anchor teeth for my partial. And then when all of this is done on top, my final partial will be made on the bottom, the cut to match the color. So I should have a pretty, I just bit my lip. I should those fangs, those upside down fangs, I should have a pretty smile in the end, but that's not what I went in there for. It would have been a nice outcome because it's what I've seen of so many people. But it sucks to have gone through all this and still come out with funky teeth and no partial I can wear, no wearable partial. So next Tuesday, hopefully the partial he can shave it down and make it fit. It doesn't fit in my mouth at all. It's just, it cuts into the bony part under there and makes it bleed. I can't even, my dentist couldn't even get it in. His assistant tried, and it just scrapes it up. I think because my mouth, it was put in, I don't know. I have no clue, y'all. I've given up guessing at why things are the way they are. I don't know. But I do have a plan in place. I have a treatment plan going. I survived it. I went crazy. Yeah. I have hurt like worse than having my children, and I had all natural childbirth with 8-pound babies and no epidurals or pain pills or nothing. All natural Lamaze method. None of those techniques worked for this. This was bad. It's been a bad week. So, to those of you who reached out to me, especially Bonnie, there's another Bonnie that we have, a Bonbon, who has been over on Facebook. She is she's been a dental assistant for years, and she has talked to me in lengthy nights when I was up feeling horrible. To everybody who sent me messages over there on Facebook, carrying, and you guys don't know what that meant to me on the days that I was really losing it. I was really totally losing my mind. And I would just go through the comment section. And I'm going to get all emotional again. What was wrong with me? I would go through the comments, and I would go through the comments and read that you're thinking of me and you hope I'm okay and you're sending prayers. And I would go to my Facebook and read in my inbox and my email, and all of the messages you guys sent were so amazing and so uplifting. Just to know that you were thinking of me and you cared, because I was feeling so alone. I felt more alone than I've ever felt in my life. And like I said, I was ready to check into a nursing home because I just felt like I was so alone and I just couldn't do it alone anymore. And you guys pulled me out of that funk and helped me get through it. And I got a ways to go, but I will get better. And I'm not being neglected because I don't tell people around me that I need them. You know, I have an issue with that. Like, my daughter's like, Mom, I can't read your mind telepathically. You got to call me and say, honey, I need you to come over and help me. I don't have any food, or will you come pick up my medicine? Or I don't want to disturb my kids. I know some of you will understand this that are my age who have grown children. They're so busy. I mean, my daughter is massively busy. She's a student. She's a librarian. She is a foster parent. She's a parent. She is on city boards. She is she has no time to even take a breath for herself. I'm not going to call her out of her busy schedule to ask her to do something for me, which I deem to be silly, even though it seems deep enough for me to be checking myself into a nursing home. And my son, he is a firefighter, EMT, working 24-hour shifts. When he's not at work, he's exhausted, and he's been running shifts like crazy. And my daughter-in-law, she's a registered nurse. She's on her feet all day dealing with these kind of people like me that are going through stuff. I'm not bothered. My son-in-law, he doesn't even, I can't. I can't call on them. I can't. People might think I should. They think I should, but I can't. My conscience won't let me do that. I'm not going to be a burden on their lives, although they say that there's no way it would be a burden. As a mom, that's just what you think. You know, you want your children to live a full life and you don't want to disturb them. But I got to learn to ask for help when I need it. And I know they'll be there, but I just hate that. I really hate the thought of that. I don't want to bother them. So, this is rambled on. Oh my gosh, if you're still here, well, kudos to you. You have the patience of a saint. I am going to stop talking now because the more I talk, the more I end up in pain. And I'm going to go take some ibuprofen and some food because Dennis he's taken 2 days off work, which is more than he's taken off in about years, like 3 or 4 years. he took 2 days off during this time. One to take me to the doctor, one to take me to the other doctor, the dentist. And he never does that. So on one of his days off, he went and just stocked up, like, we have cases of pudding and applesauce and everything to make sure that I'm, okay, so now I got food to eat. So Dennis does as much as he can with what his job allows. So having said all of that, thank you again for your support, for your prayers. I'm so sorry to all of you who are suffering. You feel it more for people when you're going through it. And like I said, I feel guilty for even complaining because I know some of you are going through so much worse. And I can't even imagine. So my prayers are continuing to go out to you guys. I love you so much. I mean that. I'm not just saying that. I love you. Deal with it. Okay, I gotta go. Talk to y'all later. I love you. And Mama, I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you. I hope to see you soon. Bye, everybody.